I'll let you start, AJ.
So, what's up? We're back. We're coming out with a podcast now. I don't know why you would want to watch it, but we're gonna be talking about stuff. I'm AJ.
I'm Christian.
This is Colton.
And I
Just say it.
Just
For the podcast,
say it.
Just fucking say it.
Josh. Fine, I said it.
Yeah, we made a joke the first time about he finally said his name.
Alright, I was gonna bring it up.
I kind of forgot, like, that was
No,
the
no,
thing
no,
I
no.
did in videos, and then you guys, like, brought that up in the podcast. I'm like, oh, I
Yeah,
can't
no,
do that.
He never
Ooh.
has said his name in any of the videos. He always says
think I
something
have.
completely stupid. But he did it for like the first time.
red fire.
The first time that we recorded this podcast. This is take 3.
Yeah,
Again, I wasn't
it's
gonna
fine.
say anything about
It's
that. I was
just
just
like,
gonna let
let's
it go,
I'm not saying it's anybody's fault.
It's my camera's fault. I'll blame my camera. 'Cause it
but technical issues.
Yeah,
But
Sips tea.
but we're doing it. Yeah,
We're doing it.
AKA NOS. Because it's NOS.
Yeah. So we have a few things prepared to talk about. Something that Josh
like 2 things.
One thing that
Yes.
Everything else is like
one
on the
thing
edge of our
that I
seats.
was like talking about, like, hey, what should we talk about? That I didn't know was gonna be this big of a debate, but I had mentioned how Eminem came back with a diss track
Well,
to.
Don't hype it up, because like it's just gonna be you and Colton now. Maybe.
Well, I mean,
no, I've got things to say.
going to
I only have one
MGK's.
thing to say.
I just gotta say, I think Eminem's diss track was
I mean-
good because it was like perfect. He shouldn't have had to come back with the diss track, but it was perfect because he actually had good lines in it.
Okay, so brief synopsis. We've done this a few times. So, 2012, MGK said that Eminem's daughter was hot on some kind of radio
Her daughter
show.
was 16 at the time.
So what?
Yeah,
Anyway.
Alright, I guess it's fine if you're
I
a
guess it's
fucking
fine.
pedophile stuck.
He was probably 18 or something like that.
Well, I'm just saying it has no relevance to the story. Okay, I'm not saying that I can
MGK?
go into
No.
Anyway.
No,
You
he's
think
20.
MGK was 18?
He was 22.
In
I-
2012?
I was listening to
Either way, quick synopsis.
Guys are trying to get a synopsis.
So then it only took 6 years for Eminem to finally come back, and he dissed a bunch of rappers, but he threw MGK under the bus a little bit, and so MGK immediately fired back because he had this thing in his back pocket waiting to just drop it on Eminem. It blew up the internet for a little bit because hey, somebody disses Eminem, you have to mention that. So yeah, Rap Devil was everywhere, and Eminem has finally come out with a comeback.
Kill
Good
shot.
shot.
Kill Shots.
That was good.
Phenomenal song.
Trash.
I'm just excited to hear what Colton has to say now. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think-
know
I
how
think
you
he
could
just
say
told
it's
you.
trash.
I just said.
Is that,
You're not
is that
listening.
your only argument?
Yeah,
Trash.
Eminem, he's never made good music in his life.
Alright,
Shut up.
alright.
So now
Shut up.
He's just trying to fucking
Yeah, he just
fish
trying to
for a
rile us
reaction.
up.
Now, you little
But-
fuck.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Kill Shots was a great song. It was not as good as Rap Devil.
I think it was better than Rap Devil. Just
Absolutely
the
not.
lines were
I
better.
liked
The lines.
The lines were way better.
I liked Kill
You-
Shot more than I liked Rap Devil, but I think Rap Devil was a better diss. I think
Really? I don't think so. Like
I think
there was,
it's
I think
really
two good lines.
I think Kill Shot is back to Eminem's formula, just
There's two
fucking with
good lines,
people.
I think, in Rap
I think
Devil. A lot of them were so childish, though. Like, I was watching an analysis of it, and so many of the insults were just like, you're old, and haha, I'm taller than you, so that means I'm better than you.
Rap Devil, I think, is
ugly.
a better song, and it's a song that will probably be played a lot more than Kill Shot, in my opinion. But Kill Shot's like a good diss, and that's what it was meant to be, as a diss. But I think MGK's song, it's like, I'm gonna drop a diss, but also a really good song while I'm at it.
I think Eminem's was that on its own.
All I'm saying
It's
is,
a really good song.
if you listen to Rap God, Not Alike, then Rap Devil, and then Kill Shots, like all together, I've done it a couple times on my way to work. It's just like, it's crazy. It's
I just like to say,
even listening to that Rap God, it's like he's almost calling out like just wannabes already. Like, it's pretty
whatever
amazing.
song he dissed MGK on, it was kind of interesting.
Not alike.
So I didn't realize he didn't talk about him much at all in that song. Like, I don't think it was really enough to warrant him coming
Not
out.
Alike?
Yeah,
He did. I mean, there's a good like.
Yeah, there were a
verse.
few lines.
There was a few
Jeez.
lines.
No, like the whole
Exactly.
verse. Like,
I feel like he went on longer tangents throughout the whole album as a whole. Towards
I mean,
a lot of
definitely.
other-
I mean, he didn't like purposely make this to be an MGK thing. He was just calling everybody out, but like.
Yeah.
MGK's
I
not
think
bad.
I think he saw like a lot of potential in
I
like,
think you guys
dissing
should see
MGK.
Eminem's interview with Sway. It was like really interesting to see him talking about all the backlash and stuff, or not the backlash, but like MGK's diss and all that. He talked to him about it. And it was kind of funny. He's like, yeah, he was making the lines about Dre producing him. He's like, yeah, but you have Diddy producing you, so
Yeah, I know.
it's like
I don't know.
Diddy was
There was
like,
like
way bigger.
I feel like in Killshot there was a lot of lines that
Wait, you
like.
said Diddy is bigger than Dre?
He was,
Yeah,
or he
probably-
might be now.
I mean,
I mean,
At
I'm
the
just,
time,
Dre's dead.
I'm
I
just-
don't. I don't listen to Diddy, but you know, I mean, I could see. I don't know. I don't know like the whole
Yeah.
spectacle of like the pop world.
I was
guess.
just saying what Eminem had been saying in that
I've never
interview.
even heard of Diddy before these.
P. Diddy?
P. Diddy?
Yeah.
What is he? I mean, honestly, I don't know. what
Honestly,
he's
yeah, that's what
Well,
I'm saying. Like, I
like,
don't know the whole
he's a
spectacle. I don't know
producer.
which one's
He's a
bigger.
producer, so
in
He's
the
in
song
the-
TikTok, you know, she goes on to say, I'm feeling like P. Diddy.
Yeah,
I
I've
grab
heard
my
his name.
glasses, I'm
Yeah,
out the door.
I think Coach just
So-
said he doesn't know who that is.
Yeah, I've heard
From
his
what
name.
I've
I
gathered, he
just
is
thought it
someone
was-
that produces artists and also hits the city.
So-
that's all that's all I've gathered.
That was as good as a whatever you call that as Josh would do. You know, like trying like joke or whatever, like a wannabe
Yeah.
joke that Josh tries to make all the time.
I like to do that.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know.
So let's talk about more exciting things than music.
I know
Although
you
music is
really,
exciting.
really jumped on that. And that was,
Hey,
I
you
wanted
didn't
to, I
say
wanted
it.
to see what Colton had to say.
I hadn't
because
even
I hadn't heard
like
any
gone through the
opposition.
introduction yet, and I was like,
I
I
hadn't
was
heard.
gonna ask everybody's week. I was like,
I hadn't heard any opposition on this when we were talking about it before, and I'm
I
like,
knew-
the
I know
second I
Colton-
brought
I
it
know
up about
Colton.
talking, Colton's like, I want to argue with you. I'm like,
Well,
okay, I
no,
want to
it's-
see what he has to say.
I know
I'm
Colton
Colton's
likes to
side.
argue like the popular. He hates
Yeah.
winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever win at anything because Colton will hate you for
Well,
it.
Not necessarily the winners, just greatest of all
I
time.
like being the devil's advocate, don't get me wrong, but I actually just think Rap Devil is a better song. Its beat speaks to me better. Like the actual song just makes me feel better than either one of the songs Eminem
And I
put
can't
out.
argue with that because that's your opinion.
It's just-
So-
Right.
He's
It's
a
just
cocky
it's
piece
just,
of shit.
It's just I know Colton. He comes in like I hate Eminem because he's successful.
No, he comes
It's
in.
like
I'm not okay.
I don't love
you,
him.
you hate Tom Brady. You hate Eminem. You hate.
Okay, LeBron James,
Oh, LeBron
Tom
James.
Brady, Eminem, they're the greatest in their whatever.
So
their sports
you're
and their
underdog
artists.
fanboy is what you are because you just like everyone that comes in is like challenges the.
Yeah, because it's fun to watch. It's not fun to watch Tom Brady.
Okay,
win every
but I'm
game.
not
It's
gonna- I'm
fun
not
to
gonna
watch
give anyone
LeBron
credit
James,
for-
like, stuff everybody. It's not fun to watch Eminem just diss everybody.
Okay, but I'm not gonna
whenever
give
he
anybody
wants.
credit for
Underdog
just being like,
is
oh,
good.
I can take you, and then like not do anything about it.
But
I mean,
MGK
MGK
did
is actually
though.
okay in this case. Yeah, MGK like is actually coming at him, but like you know, Eminem's gonna bury him at some point, and then
Okay, relax.
I
I don't think it's that serious.
No, I don't.
I
think
like
either.
MGK and
MGK
Eminem
is
are
a
both
whole
walking
different
away.
fan base.
I was just saying, but yeah,
And he
Colin
doesn't
just
draw
hates
the numbers
the
that Eminem
most
does,
successful
so
people.
they're different on ways
They're
of doing this.
boring.
Okay, but when MGK comes in, and the video has a lot to do with it for me anyway, but he comes in with his suspender tattoos, eating oatmeal, shirtless.
No,
With
was
the-
it cereal or
It was
oatmeal?
cereal.
That's what I want to argue.
Okay, whatever. The Cheerio, fine. He's got oatmeal, and that's why I was thinking oatmeal. Anyway, he comes in with his shovel. Like,
It's
he
a
just-
throwback to one of Eminem's old songs.
Was
The
it
Trouble. Yeah.
awesome.
Where he actually buried two other rappers, like who had done the same thing, like trying to attack Eminem,
Oh,
and he
yeah,
like
I remember
completely
watching that.
like destroyed him, and they had made music after that.
I didn't know that.
He actually mentioned him in
Yeah,
song,
he
like
mentioned
Eminem
him in
did.
the
He's
song.
like, I forget their name, but he's like, yeah, you're acting like these two or whatever.
Didn't exist.
But you bring up a good point. MGK uses the entire runtime to just pick at Eminem on so many different levels. And at the end verse, when it gets to, in my
I don't
opinion,
think
the
he actually-
strongest, he says you should lose yourself in the songs you made a decade ago. They were better. Like he said, Rabbit, you got spaghetti all over your sweater. We can see that you're nervous, or something like that. Like that is
Yeah,
amazing.
I like those lines a lot. There was some real good hitters in there, but I feel like the main insults that everyone's like, I love them. It's like they're stupid. Like your beard's weird. That's a stupid one.
That
was really stupid.
Yeah, it's
And
the
Eminem,
whole,
like, picked up on.
just kept going on the age thing. Like, yeah, he's older, but he's still.
And
he's
like
still selling
Eminem's
records,
response
I'm
is like,
sorry.
yeah, I'd rather be 50-year-old or 60-year-old me than 20-year-old you.
Yeah.
Okay, either way,
And then-
like he comes into it saying your beard is weird. He could have
That's
put a
a
heavy.
bad-
He could have put a heavy
Sorry.
hitter in there. He was joking around. The whole thing of it is he respects Eminem. They are beefing
That's what
right
was
now.
confusing about it.
That's
He was
another
trying
thing-
to have
that's
beef
a-
with him, but he's also like, but I like you, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
But I mean-
that's why
but
everyone was like,
beat
man, that's
you.
such a bad diss
But like
track.
he's
It's like,
he's
I'm like, it's a
adamant,
good
like
song,
he's
I don't
looking
It's a
up
good
to
song.
God and he's telling him, I don't give a flying fuck. I am here.
He's going up to God, up
Like,
there, and just
You are the
I don't
goat,
care.
but I'm the gunner. I got you in the scope. That's amazing.
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah.
I
You're
love
yelling,
it.
dude.
I don't even care. I love
We're
I
gonna
love
get
that
s-
song.
I just can't wait to
I'm
hear
about
it.
to go listen to it after this podcast.
Noise
I don't care.
complaint.
Alright, let's fucking move away from music.
Hey,
I
so
can't
let's
take this.
talk about something
Hey, you-
way bigger that happened.
Oh no, okay. Yes.
He got an Xbox.
I did. I finally got an Xbox. So we can finally post content that all four of us can be in.
It'd be great.
That's not,
So,
any
like,
We're
game.
getting
Rainbow.
prepared for some Rainbow
Pretty much
videos
it.
because we've
Hey,
been
whoa,
playing
whoa,
Rainbow.
whoa,
quite a
whoa. We
bit.
might get some GTA content going.
We'll see.
In
we'll
like
see.
a year.
We might get some Minecraft content going.
When you buy GTA in like a year, then, we'll
I'll
start
buy
doing-
GTA tomorrow.
Bet.
Don't
Bet.
don't buy it tomorrow.
Bet.
Whatever.
You're still trying to get good in
No,
Rainbow.
I won't. I need to get my first operator in Rainbow. It has been a grind. I've played so much, and all I want is an operator. And
You know,
I
some
can't
of the
get them.
operators are like a lot less than just 25,000, like all the base ones.
He already has
He already has
He
this.
does?
Yeah, he has the.
Dang.
Well, yeah, you come into the game with all the base
Oh,
operators.
do you?
Yeah, now you do.
His okay.
Yeah, and all the attachments and stuff are free.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so I just get to come in. And
I still have
put
to
all
buy
the
some
attachments.
attachments. What the fuck? Fuck that.
That's crazy.
You shouldn't have to.
Huh. Either way, I don't have any skins or anything like that. All I want is an operator. And I don't even know which one I want
What he
yet.
wants for Christmas is the operator.
I'm thinking maybe Frost. Let's go. Yeah, I really don't know.
Right.
Maverick. I like Maverick. Hey, I could get down with some Maverick, but me and Colton play so much that there would be some conflict there. I'd have to go someone else.
Colton would probably.
So, Six been playing like a new system, new game. Well, I guess you've been playing like Final Fantasy 15 too.
Final Fantasy 15 is amazing.
Pretty good.
It's so good. It opens up with "Stand by Me" as the four friends are pushing a car down the highway because they've broken down.
Well, I mean, it doesn't open to that, but it's pretty close to the
That's basically the opening scene. That's when the title card comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like a little driving sequence, but you're actually having to like pull
Push
the
it.
trigger for like gas, but it's you pushing this car. It's beautiful. I love it. I love
It's
it.
pretty awesome. I know they got a lot of heat for not being like turn-based or whatever, like classic, and then it was like kind of weird and like the storyline didn't really make sense. But I don't know, it's pretty fun.
Well, let's not say anything about the storyline because even though it's old, I have not beaten it.
All right. So
Old?
let's hope someone
Final
likes.
Fantasy 15 is old. It's like what, 3 years old? 4?
Oh, no, it's not 4.
Okay, 3 years old. I don't know.
Gosh,
It's still not like
that-
I mean that old.
it's not that.
I mean, what are you talking about? You play fucking Pokemon Red.
Okay, Pokemon Red is a timeless game, and actually I play
So it's
Fire
timeless.
Red because it's just better. Like the mechanics are more sound. The graphics speak to me. What do you want?
So I've been playing like Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, and I
I'm
started
so
playing
envious. The only reason I want a PlayStation right now is that, and also the skeleton. dancing thing.
skeleton dance thing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Okay, no, you're not gonna say the only reason you want a PS4 is because of Spider-Man. Like that's a great game, but like
No, it is.
you're missing out on God of War.
I'd much
The
rather
Last
play
of Us?
Spider-Man. The Last of Us is alright, but
Uh,
I'd way much rather
Or
play
not.
Spider-Man.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Shut
I will
up.
say God of War won my game of the year, hands down.
Really?
Yeah. Not that that
I'm
means
really
a whole
into
lot,
those
but, you know.
superhero games that.
I'm
fight
the only one
mechanic-
here that has
fighting
like all
mechanic-
the consoles.
mechanics. I love that. I love that type of fighting game. It just feels so natural. I love it. I love you.
I've seen AJ play a lot of this game, and I really want to play it.
What?
Spider-Man is the best character
Oh yeah.
ever made ever. Fight me.
Fight
Dude, no,
boy.
I'm when you look at Spider-Man, he is like one of the most wholesome heroes ever.
So
Like
wholesome.
seriously.
All he wants you to do is protect his old aunt and marry the girl of his dreams, as well as protect everyone.
Dude, and he like stays in the same town and like just he wants to help like in this storyline.
He's
Just
such
like
a
it's not a
geek.
spoiler or anything because you know it from the very beginning. He's helping Doc Ock make like prosthetics for like, or he's not Doc Ock, but he's Dr. Octavius or whatever, and he's making like prosthetic limbs for like wounded people that like lost their arms or whatever. It's like that's so awesome. It's like this like Peter Parker's one of the most genuinely great people ever, and it's ridiculous.
I watched Spider-Man 3 last night, and I gotta say, I love me some Tobey Maguire as
Dude.
Spider-Man. Not because he's the best Spider-Man.
He's not.
but
He's the
because
worst.
He
Okay,
is,
okay. Wait, this Spider-Man? Or
Spider-Man
Peter
3.
Parker?
Yeah,
No, I'm saying like,
yeah.
oh, wait, no. Like, is he the best Spider-Man or the best Peter Parker? Is
I
it, or
didn't
the
say
worst?
I said he's
The worst, like Spider-Man?
yeah. Overall.
Yeah, he's the worst
encompassing Spider-Man.
I like him.
The Tobey Maguire is just ridiculously.
I like the-
I'm
I like-
goth now because I got a little bit. of
Okay,
black.
in Spider-Man 3, but like the original like Spider-Man, like I like that
Oh,
a
that's
lot
so
better
good.
than fucking Andrew Garfield.
No.
I'm not saying anything bad about Andrew Garfield. He did good or whatever, but I like the Spider-Man better
Tom
than Tobey
Holland
Maguire's.
is already one.
Tom-
in my-
Oh no, you're right. Tom Holland's by far the best.
Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker. He is the best Spider-Man. However, when you're comparing Andrew Garfield versus Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, when he was throwing quips, like while hunting down his uncle's killer, he's throwing quips to the guy like, "Oh, you found my weakness, small knives."
That's good.
He's so good.
That's what I'm saying. I like him as Spider-Man. That's what I'm saying. I like
Yeah,
his
Tobey
Spider-Man
Maguire
better.
is a better Peter Parker, except
Is
Peter
he?
Parker eventually becomes a man. Tobey Maguire never does. Not in the movies we saw.
No, yeah, he's just a weird, like.
Overaged high school.
Yeah, it's weird. He
It's
doesn't
just
have any
weird. I don't
progression.
have.
But yeah, I mean like, I would even say like the Spider-Man in the game like rivals Tom Holland like as far as like just being a wholesome like genuinely. Like,
Yeah, I'm excited. I really want to. I'm honestly thinking about getting a PlayStation just to play that game.
I can't. I just bought an Xbox, so
Yeah.
that'll be a while for me.
It'll be a while for me too, but
I will say just like recently, we watched some Spider-Man. I love the Vulture, dude.
The
Oh,
Vulture is amazing.
Like Michael Keaton is right?
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Okay, yeah, that didn't sound right coming out of my mouth, but as the Vulture, it's just so
Yeah.
good. It's like another great wholesome character, just like as a villain though.
Yeah, he's
It's
not
like-
wholesome. What the hell? He's not.
he.
No, he straight up
He's
decides, okay, they screwed me out of a job. I'm going to start robbing people
Okay, and then
and selling arms.
and then he could have killed Peter at the
Yeah.
moment he found out he was Spider-Man, and then he was like,
He
I'm
was-
gonna let you go this one time.
I'm gonna let you go this one time because you saved my daughter, not because I'm a decent
Well,
person.
he's
not-
still a villain, Stack. He can't be a whole. I mean, there's a point.
He's a
where-
wholesome villain.
It's a wholesome
and
villain.
No,
He's
that's
still
a
gotta be
false.
a villain.
No, Thanos is a wholesome villain. Michael Keaton is not.
Okay,
I'm
Thanos
working
who
with
just
my
killed
daughter.
half the universe by snapping was like, that's pretty wholesome.
But in his eyes,
But
it
Michael
is.
but Michael Keaton trying to support his family
He tried to
and
mix it.
sparing Peter when he could have just killed him on the
Michael
spot.
Keaton knows he's
Fuck
doing
that
the
guy.
wrong
That's
thing.
not wholesome.
Michael Keaton knows he's doing the wrong thing.
For a good reason.
No, but Thanos, he thinks he's doing the right thing. That
Oh,
makes
he
him
knows
wholesome.
he's doing a bad thing.
No, he knows
He's
he's
not
doing the right
delusional.
thing.
He's like, man, these people are just gonna be
So
happy
you're
that they
saying
disappeared. They're
If
just
I think it's a good thing, then
He
it's
is saving the
ethically
universe.
wholesome.
Saving
It's
the
wholesome.
universe.
So just because I think that something's good means it's it could be seen as wholesome.
You are a wholesome person if you believe in your ideals and you stick to them.
What was Michael Keaton doing?
What if I want to stick to my
He
ideals
knows
of
what he's
murdering
doing is
AJ?
wrong.
But he's doing it for his family and a good reason. He's
That's
not
not
like
wholesome.
he's not being.
And what is Thanos doing? Is he not doing it
He's
for
doing
a
a
good reason?
bad thing for a good reason.
Yeah, but he thinks it's good. And ultimately, he's right.
Whoa. Okay. Stack.
Thanos is right. I'm sorry. Michael
Thanos
Keaton is
is
right.
right.
You're right. Well, we're
Half
gonna
the
get to
universe
the
is just gonna. Be
we're gonna get to the
murdered.
point in the universe, in our like actual universe, where things are gonna become like things finite.
Just
Like I like the
random-
idea of Thanos being like the world's or the universe is finite. It's like that's a really interesting prospect if you're like Thanos and like live for thousands of years or whatever and like travel the universe. But like if we're just like on this little dirt planet, I think we're okay for
And
now.
let's hope the half that you murder aren't the crazy ones. Although most people are actually pretty crazy.
Wait, why would we hope that that's not the case? We
Aren't crazy. Okay.
I think
still have
it's
the
certain
universe,
better.
still gonna have half-
Okay,
you're still gonna have
I'm
half
gonna
the problem.
I'm gonna help you. You said
You said it backwards.
You said it backwards.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
said
That's why I
you
said
said
art.
let's just hope the ones that disappear aren't the crazy ones.
Yeah, it's like
Just a bunch
Actually, that
of,
would
it's just
be-
like a
that would
bunch
be
of
even
crazy
better.
people running around stabbing each
No,
other.
actually, it could be that way, and then it would just be like
Hey.
Thanos would be like, "What did I do?"
then Mad Max could be an Avengers tie-in.
Mad Max is a good movie. I love me some.
If that was true, then
Some
he'd be playing
Aussies.
2 characters in Marvel.
No, well, because Venom is Marvel adjacent. It's not technically in the MCU. That's all I'm saying.
McCoo.
So like, you can
I
still
just
have.
said in the Marvel universe.
Okay, sorry. It's Marvel adjacent though, so it is a side universe technically until it
This
becomes.
is where they start talking about like the
I'm just saying,
complexities
like,
of the Marvel universe.
As far as
Sorry.
Marvel
Like,
properties, I'm not like, even like going into that big detail.
Did you know Green Lantern's gay?
What?
Like,
In some iterations.
Are you
yeah.
telling me Ryan Reynolds?
no, not like Ryan Reynolds, but like the
Thank
character Green Lantern.
Which one?
Just kidding.
He doesn't know.
Well, there's Hal Jordan. There's,
He doesn't know.
Guy Gardner. There. You know.
Name
you
one.
know.
I don't know.
So Hal Jordan.
He's gay. Like his character.
I
is gay.
I think I've seen a storyline to where there was a Green Lantern that was gay, but I don't think it was ever Hal Jordan.
I don't think it matters.
I mean, I don't think it does either. It's interesting though.
It is.
It is interesting.
Well, they like to do a lot of gender identity and stuff like that inside of comic books.
Wonder Woman
Woman and Supergirl,
bisexual.
Supergirl are both bisexual.
Wait, Wonder Woman is?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Also, now that I think about it, like, look at, not bashing Wonder Woman because by far the best DC movie by a landslide. I'm hoping Shazam's good. Really hoping it's good. But the Amazonians are
Amazing.
no. I mean, like they wear really stupid armor.
The worst.
I'm just saying they like wear like stupid armor because I
Yeah.
was just like thinking back to like it's like no protection at all. It's like
Well, they're
it's
just,
like old.
they're
It's like
just
it's
such
like
good fighters.
no. I'm just saying
They
it's
don't
like
need that much
traditional
protection.
like RPG. It's like look at the guys that are wearing like these super bulky like giant armors or whatever, and then the females
Yeah.
are wearing like these super like
And see,
revealing armors.
and
I'm
see-
just like
I could actually get behind what they're wearing because it is lightweight, whatever. I mean, because obviously it's bulletproof, so it's providing adequate protection. But why would you not cover up the shoulders? Like, this is a vital area
that's
right
my,
here.
That's my issue. Like, I get the skirt. I get like the running and aspect of
Skirt's
it.
fine. Uncovered arms, uncovered head, fine.
I'd go for
Cover up
shorts.
the cover up the
like
hearts.
upper chest. That's kinda
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, that's bad. That your heart's here. You know.
I mean, not that they fight much, like, but
It's
they're
okay.
they're specifically trained to fight. Like, they are meant to go to war, even though there's no one for them to technically war with.
Until like 2,000 years later, and Steppenwolf comes out of nowhere. I'm still gonna make y'all watch
Steppenwolf?
that. Steppenwolf.
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 Step in wolf.
Steppenwolf.
Stefan
STEPPEN.
Wolf.
Stop.
Stepping.
Anyways, I'm gonna make y'all watch Justice League.
Good.
We've seen the final fight scene. We've seen a few of the other scenes. Justice League is just not good.
Do you bleed?
Do you bleed? Okay.
Dude, it was even better.
So next
Okay,
week.
so I took one of my friends on his birthday to go watch. We were originally gonna go watch Thor Ragnarok. It was such a letdown when it was sold out when we got there, and we had to watch Justice League because it was awful. I felt so bad after taking them to watch
So
it.
next week, let's talk about that movie. Like, let's watch it, and then next week we'll all talk about it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I've been saying this since Batman v Superman came out because I actually
Oh my God.
Y'all still haven't
I want to
seen
see that
yet.
too.
see Batman v Superman was much better than Justice League.
I
I'll
wouldn't
give
say
it
I
that.
wouldn't say it was much, but it was a lot more like it was like you could handle it.
I just want to see crazy Batman.
Okay,
with
that,
those people.
the only thing that there were a few scenes that got me in Batman v Superman. The first one was him in a bat tornado. I don't care if it was a flashback or a dream sequence or whatever, but Bruce Wayne flies out of a well in a bat tornado in the first few seconds of the movie. That, like, I
I'm
clocked
gonna
out.
have to get like a muzzle for Steck or something so he's not yelling the whole
Oh,
time.
sorry.
Oh my
I
god,
thought-
he's just like Josh in the fucking Aliens
Hey.
video.
See, but if I don't
That-
talk loud,
that's
people are gonna
scary.
interrupt me. Anyway,
No, if you
No,
talk
we're
about
not.
you're gonna get interrupted when we get a knock at the door.
Yeah.
okay. People below us like to party. They bang on our roof all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
but not the people above us.
There's
or
no one
on-
above us.
Hey, there's
the
no one
other-
above us.
Oh, you're right. We're on the top floor.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Makes sense.
okay, so what I've been saying since Batman v Superman came out, I want them to completely fail in everything that they're doing right now so that they will start it over with someone competent as the lead. Because no one competent is running anything over at the DCEU. Shazam looks like it might be good, and that scares me because I don't want it to be. I want the whole thing to reboot it.
That's what we're
DC
saying about
starts
Star
making-
I
Wars.
was about to say Star Wars with fucking Ryan
That's not
Johnson.
good,
that
that is-
mother
No, they can
fucker.
save that. The DCU is beyond saving.
Ryan Johnson, eat your fucking heart out, because this kid's gonna grow up and be a fucking director for fucking Lucasfilms.
Honestly, I don't know where he got off. He thought, okay, so J.J. Abrams, right? He's a cool dude and all,
We're
but
starting this.
fuck him and everything he thinks.
It's gonna be.
This was originally my argument with
Yeah.
it was just like, and I described it as like, imagine if it was like a group project or like just like at college, and like
Just like
J.J. Abrams is like, it's like a group project, and you have like J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson as like
Oh, yeah.
the two people working on this, and Ryan Johnson's like, I'm not gonna be able to work on this for a while. Can you like get it started or whatever, and then I'll come help. And then J.J. Abrams was like, sure, buddy, I got it. And he's like doing all this. He's doing like all the
So
math.
J.J.
He's like-
Abrams just recreates A New Hope.
Right. He's like, man, I'm gonna take inspiration from that, and it's like, da da da, and then it's like kind of ending. It's like cliffhanger kind of deal. It was like a lot of questions unanswered
He's
or
at
whatever.
the end of the introduction. He's setting it up for the answers to be there.
I wholesomely believe that J.J. Abrams was gonna like take it another direction. You know, I don't know if it was gonna be an Empire Strikes Back clone or not. But you know, if it was,
It would've been better.
I don't know. It would have been better than
Last
Last
Jedi
Jedi.
was pretty much Empire Strikes Back clone.
It was
It
just
was
really,
not.
really, really awful.
It was on
In a
Empire
really,
Strikes
really
Back was
awful
good.
fashion.
Do you not remember the Empire was
I
good?
can- the
Yeah,
only-
Empire Strikes Back is
Yeah.
the best Star Wars movie ever made.
Then how could you even compare this to that?
Because
Because
the
there's
storyline is very much
Yeah, the
similar.
storyline is really similar.
just because it sucked doesn't
Am I-
mean it didn't share
Am I
similarities.
forgetting the
Ray's
Empire?
off on her own, doing her learning, just
And
like
that's
how
when
Luke
goes
is.
off. Ray goes off to Luke. Luke goes off to Yoda,
Okay,
and then
where in Empire do they go to a casino and free a bunch of
Okay, that was the.
horses and not the fucking slave children?
Well, it's not
And then-
Okay, it's
the
not
same,
B through
but
B.
it's like they go to what is it? The Sky City. In
Oh wow, we introduced cool characters there that everybody
Yeah.
likes.
I guess
I don't remember that.
there's a lot of plot points there. Yeah, never mind. That part doesn't even relate at all. The casino scene, like I don't think it does anything for the movie.
It doesn't.
Han got frozen.
It's
Yeah.
100% not.
It's not Cloud City.
Yeah,
Well,
tell me.
Luke died. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Um,
Luke dies. Han got frozen.
Oh my god, I thought you were talking about Empire. I'm like, what did I miss?
And
Like,
then-
I need to watch that movie again, obviously.
But like even like Ghost Yoda comes back when
Yeah.
you had like Ben Kenobi.
That was the
Yeah.
only good part about that entire movie is when
I
Ghost
love-
Yoda comes back.
Not
he's just
only
like,
Ghost Yoda, but Ghost like puppet
puppet
Yoda.
Yoda.
Yeah.
Like that is awesome.
That is the nicest scene though.
I was like
Practical
I was like
effects.
looking at it. I was like, I enjoy this.
Yeah, 'cause that
every,
wasn't-
every part with Yoda I enjoyed.
that wasn't in the promotional material. And I'd like to say that, yeah, you should do that. You should just keep all your story beats out of the promotional material. But, at the same time,
You know,
if I would have known that we were going full Mary Poppins, I wouldn't have gone and saw the movie.
look,
I still would
Ryan Johnson watched Mary Poppins so much as a kid that it just kind of like oozed out of him from his fucking ass.
Or you just saw the
into the
Marvel,
movie.
or you just literally watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
and
Guardians
it's like,
too.
Yeah, he
oh,
was like,
that's
oh, that
funny.
was
I
really
love
funny.
Mary
People are gonna
Poppins.
laugh when Leia's
They're
dying
gonna be
in
like,
space and
oh
she's
yeah,
coming
remember when
back.
that Yondu dude was like, hey, I'm Mary Poppins.
How-
That was so funny.
I think in
She
the
does
moment
it too.
also, I think in the moment, like, cause like when the movie was coming out or whatever, we had the news like Carrie Fisher died. I was like,
Yeah.
that was like last Christmas, right? It was like
Yeah.
right after last
Yeah.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And
The worst present.
when did The Last Jedi come out? Like a couple months later than that? After that? Came out.
I wasn't here, so because I didn't see it with you guys.
Yeah, but when you weren't like
I thought it
gone
was on
often.
Christmas.
You weren't like gone. Or maybe
No,
you
it
were.
was. I was gone for.
You're right, it was in December.
So
Okay,
you
so it was. So it was pretty much around the same time, and like, it was just like, it was supposed to be like, because everyone was like, Carrie Fisher's send off. I was like, this is gonna be a really sad moment or whatever. It was like,
And she just blows up, and we're like, well, I guess she's not dead.
it just like
Yeah,
completely
it's
just
funny,
flies through
'cause
space using these star
in the
killing
movies,
force like powers. It's like crazy, strong. And I was like,
So how are they gonna kill it off?
I don't know. Like they say they still have scenes from deleted like cuts or whatever from.
Is she
the
just
last
not gonna
Jedi.
show up in the next movie, or are they gonna reanimate
Well, no,
her?
they're making it sound like they have like scenes of her with whatever. I don't know. They just say they have scenes and that they're gonna like send her off in this movie.
I'm still excited to see the next one just to see if J.J. Abrams can save it.
I really hope he does.
I think he can, honestly. Like, I mean, he's not busy with Guardians anymore. so he's got to be doing
What
something,
are you
right?
talking about?
What?
J.J. Abrams didn't direct
No.
Guardians? No, you're thinking of, what's his name? James Gunn or whatever.
Oh, yeah, no, James Gunn got fired. I was
Yeah.
getting at that joke.
Oh.
I combined them in my head. I was thinking, wow, he made a really good Star Wars and a really good Guardians.
I was about to say.
I was like, wait, hold on, that doesn't sound right. I was
Yeah,
like,
sorry,
Star
guys.
Trek. J.J. Abrams said Star Trek.
Hey,
Yeah.
but you know what? Star Trek was good, too.
That's what I
For
keep
the
saying,
source
Star-
material.
Star
Source
Trek
material is jack shit.
I was saying like Star Trek was a pretty good space movie, like the remakes of the movies, and I was just thinking in my head, I was like, maybe that's kind of where like J.J. Abrams was going with, you know, just kind of like beating off like A New Hope, and then
Come on,
and then they're like, mean to say that like that.
He's just over there beating off.
But and then like he kind of like diversifies the movies a little bit throughout the stretch. I don't know why he didn't do the second one. I don't know why the fuck they gave it to Ryan Johnson, who has 5 fucking movies before Last Jedi. Like, what kind of
Hey, AJ,
resume is that?
AJ, what 5 movies are they?
I don't know. One of them's fucking Looper,
Looper
and
is
then
the
one's
only
from one's
notable
like
one.
Looper is a good movie.
one's
Looper
from
is
like
the only notable one.
1980 or something like that. It's a black and white movie. It's a horror film. I mean, we'll find
Yeah.
it real quick. But it's just like
This is the remake of Psycho?
Like at that point, you might as well just let like a 15-year-old that's seen like the prequels do it, because that was fucking awful.
It's like
I
I
agree.
honestly feel
I
they could have I honestly feel they could have gotten so many other directors, any other director, and they could have done a better job.
Oh yeah.
It was ridiculous the lengths that he went to just cuck the audience and everything that they wanted. Like
It's like
he
for
decided
2 fucking years, we wondered who Snoke was.
he said, okay, the only complaint that people gave to The Force Awakens, or one of the only complaints, like the biggest one was, okay, a little bit too much fan service. He looked at it and said, no fan service. Fans should hate this movie. You wanted answers? Fuck you. Oh, you wanted this to happen? Nah.
Oh my god.
Like that's he didn't want to give the fans anything that they wanted, and he succeeded. Like, I liked a lot of parts of The Last Jedi, and so it makes me mad that I can't actually enjoy the thought of the movie because it's so tainted with other things.
I don't let that
Bad movie.
affect my opinions on movies. You
What?
know, whether like the past of the movie, because it is a new movie. It's not.
Oh,
No,
It's the next
100%.
chapter in Star Wars.
that's not what I was saying. What I was saying.
You can't just make a new chapter in the freaking most famous freaking movie series in the freaking world. You can't just make, screw the old movies, screw the fans, new. You can't do
Well,
that.
they're not like saying
No,
screw the.
he literally said in the movie, this is just the screenwriters talking to us. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of everything old and bring in something new. Like, that was a quote almost.
Okay, so this isn't the right Ryan Johnson.
Okay, it makes me mad. And what I wasn't saying, oh, he didn't adhere to the previous format, and so that's why I can't like this movie. What I'm saying is that there were good parts surrounded by garbage, human
Yeah.
feces.
I'm an optimist, I think.
I don't-
So I like to. I guess I came out of that movie like not super disappointed. It wasn't what I wanted, but I'm like, there were some cool scenes in that were good enough for my enjoyment of the movie. I'm not gonna come out with.
I mean,
I went out of there. with
I'm
my
not a
head in
big
my
fan.
hands.
I'm not as big of a fan as Colton is, and probably as you guys are. But
I've never walked out of a movie because I hated it, but I almost.
I did that with
I go
Justice
there
League
for-
and
I
the
almost
Nun.
did that one.
And the Nun. All right, so I was really upset when I learned that James
Gun,
no
Cameron.
shut James Wong, right? That's his name, James Wong. The
Yeah.
one that did the original Conjuring.
Oh yeah,
Um,
movies that
didn't do the Nun, and when I figured that out was after the movie, after I was sorely disappointed.
They came back just just upset about it. And like I was actually looking forward to the 9. I don't like the Conjuring movies, but I do like a good scary movie.
I don't know.
It wasn't scary though.
Doesn't
They had
make
jump
any
scares,
sense how
and
you
that
were
was
like.
it. And then they had these cheesy, weird ass looking nun things.
Like,
that didn't even
but
look that
I like different types of scary
convincing of
movies.
scary.
That's it. Like, I think I enjoyed one of the Conjuring movies. I can't tell you which one it is because really just don't care for the franchise.
Which, like, I don't
I loved
get
it.
how you can say you like scary movies and then not like The Conjuring.
Well, see, I like more.
A lot of people say that.
I like more thriller.
So you
than-
don't like,
No.
Like I hear a lot of people. Who
like you don't like scary movies, you like thrillers.
Okay, I like thrillers, but also horrors, and I like it when they mix a little bit of it. There is no thrilling bits of any of the Conjuring.
I'm excited
movies.
for the new Halloween.
I just like The Conjuring because they're like good, like movies. Like like Conjuring 2 is like one of the best movies ever, or I won't ever say like I've ever seen. But it's like a really good movie that I've seen like in the past like decade.
I think it's because you grew up watching scary movies. Scary movies were a new thing
Like,
for me. Like the past couple of years.
like
My
scary,
family hate them so.
like scary movies that I grew up with. I grew up with Omen, the Wrong Turn series. That's my favorite set of scary movies. And yeah, there are some huge missteps, but I like the first 2, 3 maybe. That's what I say when I like scary movies. I like that kind of stuff. I like the whole monster out to get somebody. Ghost
Yeah.
stories, they don't really appeal to me because
I
it's so
know.
slow and it's
Yeah,
jump scary.
it's like,
and it doesn't-
Just real quick.
I grew
sorry.
up. Hang on.
Okay, go ahead.
It's gotta be believable.
I grew up with Friday the 13th and Halloween. Those are the 2 scary movies that my dad just loved, and so, you know.
Yeah, I like those kind of type of movies, you know, where you got, it's like, they're stupid, but like,
What?
you got
What? No.
some scary guy coming
What?
to kill you.
I've already said that like several times. Okay, so the first movie Ryan Johnson has ever made was 1996, a short film called Evil Demon Golf Ball from Hell. That was his first movie. And he handed that in on a shit platter to
That's what he
Disney.
did at
And Mickey
PBA.
Mouse was like, oh, that's fucking funny. Oh, kids will love this.
Huh.
It's
Kids do like jokes, and that has to be one.
It's like literally.
I just was hoping they'd have a laugh.
The only
every time
movie-
Rose would talk.
The only movies that have like actual like thumbnails are like Terriers, The Brothers Bloom, Looper, Breaking Bad. He worked on 3. No, did he even work on those episodes, or was he just in them? I don't know. But and then
Breaking
Star
Bad is
Wars.
good, yeah.
Yeah, I like
And Star Wars.
But I imagine like if he were to do a Breaking Bad episode, it would be like Fly, just the most off the wall, nobody cares, skip the episode kind of thing. Like that's what I have to assume after seeing the Star Wars that he put out. I'm not saying I could have done it any better, but Colton could have.
Definitely.
Colt definitely could have.
I'm just
You
saying.
think,
Well,
Mine would have at least looked cool.
Colton's
Hey,
at least gonna make a really good spin-off series.
I at least went and added another character that was another Jar Jar Binks essentially.
tell me.
Miso Binks, Miso.
Okay, but good parts of the movie. We've trashed on it a lot. Good parts of the movie. The collision with the spaceship.
I knew you were gonna say that. First,
That
but
is-
that's
that is
definitely
the
the most
coolest.
memorable.
I like the
I
guard
love
scene
that.
where they're fighting in the Snoke's
Oh, that was
throne room.
amazing.
I love just the cinematography of that.
It was really.
I like the
I was
cinematography
really
movie.
glad they didn't like.
It was
do
a really
50,000
good
cuts.
looking music
Like,
movie.
It's like usually in those like high budget movies they do like thousands of cuts for some reason. I guess because they don't want to waste the money on actual choreography like Marvel does.
Yeah.
Because Marvel, I hate that Marvel sucks at fight scenes. Like honestly.
Hey, the Winter Soldier was good. They had some good fight scenes in there.
Yeah, they had some decent.
They've
ones.
stopped doing that though.
Yeah, I know. Like the elevator scene was actually pretty good.
But him and Bucky doing hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Right off the highway.
I can give you that.
Yeah,
But
that one was
Just
great.
like everything else, like maybe other than like the Iron Man versus Cap scene in Civil War.
With Bucky as well.
Yeah, also.
They-
I
they
just
just
think
really
I think
good.
Bucky just likes to do like the guy who plays Bucky is just like, hey, can we actually do like an actual fight scene? And then Chris Evans like, it sounds kind of fun. And then Robert Downey Jr. is like, I'll do it too.
I wonder if
Yeah.
those guys
Okay, but
do, like,
only if I can be on my
jujitsu or something.
knees because I really can't be bothered to stand.
Dude,
Sorry. Dude, I love Iron Man. Iron Man's the second best character ever made.
who's the first?
Spider-Man. We've already said
Okay,
this.
fair enough.
I watched a really funny video of Tom Holland on an interview talking about the first time he met Robert Downey Jr. He was like, "Oh my God, it's Robert Downey Jr."
Dude,
There's
no,
a
like,
scene
in the movie,
There was
like-
a scene where it was, I think it was in Homecoming, like, Or no,
Yeah, when Iron Man is
Yeah.
stepping out of the suit.
steps out of the suit and he goes, what? And instead of him saying something, I don't remember what he says, he says,
He's
oh
like,
my
"You're-"
God, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a way funnier video for that.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like in like a Homecoming, you can almost see Tom Holland's like, just like wondering, like his wonder in
just
his
like how
eyes, like
he's a
looking at
believable
Robert
high
Downey
school-
Jr. is like,
Yeah, 'cause
He's a believable high school kid.
He
I know
actually
he really
believes
is.
that.
It's awesome.
Like Peter
he
Parker
is, he
idealizes
basically is.
Tony
He
Stark.
basically is a high
Well,
school-
little
like-
man idealizes Robert Downey Jr. and so it's easily conveyable. He wants him to be his dad. That's shown.
Tom Holland wants Robert Downey Jr. to be his dad.
Yeah, I don't know who
Not
Tom
that
Holland's
good.
parents are, and I don't care. It should be Robert Downey Jr. They would be
Wait,
the
is
best
it?
family.
I thought it was his son.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Parker.
Anyways, sorry Josh, that was a little mean. My bad. But,
Wait, no, you're not going to start apologizing now.
No, shut up.
We got a backlog. So.
Shut up.
Anyways,
Shut up and clock in.
no, let's not bring that up right now. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about Star Wars. Besides, I hate it.
I love it.
No. But yeah, I really hate plot points. Also, I judge movies off of whether I like just enjoy the movie or not. I really don't give a shit about like the background or anything. Like if like I
Except
have
for the
like
Conjuring movie. Although no, that was a bad movie. Never
no,
mind.
what are you talking about?
That was just a terrible. Movie.
I'm not. I'm a critical person. I don't fucking just play favorites on anything. I hated The Nun, and I'm not gonna defend it at all. In
Yeah,
fact,
that's
I'm gonna
weird.
bash it even more because I love the Conjuring series, and I think every movie thus far has been at least pretty decent.
The good thing is it's prequel, so you can
Hey,
be like
it's-
that never happened.
It's not Insidious, so I'll give The Conjuring that.
I mean,
Because Insidious is a piece of actual garbage.
Insidious is fine.
I hate all of the
Drunk.
Insidious movies. I hate them. I haven't seen the most recent one, but I don't care to.
Don't.
After
They
the
get
first one,
Another
way
thing
worse.
that makes me mad is when I look over there at the shelf of the Star Wars movies, the two sequels don't match up. They just went completely different.
Oh
What
yeah.
are you looking at?
The Star Wars movies are
They don't
in
put
order,
the Roman numeral anymore.
and they're just
Wait, they don't.
the style, you know, because you
They
saw
don't-
the first.
Did you get that in
six-
the
They don't
box
do Roman
somehow?
numerals
Yeah,
anymore?
they're in the box set. I don't
They
know.
don't
I
do
might
the
be
Roman
confused.
numerals?
it's almost like they weren't part of the
I don't
same
know.
set.
Really?
Well,
That's really
that's
depressing.
some random
Honestly,
things that we
I.
get mad about.
No,
Wait,
I-
am I
they
the only
might-
one
that
that
is
doesn't
kind
care
of.
about
They might come out with a
My
three
collection
set,
of movies is great.
a trilogy.
You guys all have like serious movies, and then I have Shrek the Third.
I don't think any of my movies are down
John Wick, all the John Wick.
there. None of my
series
movies are down there.
Crocodile Hunter. A great movie.
Excuse me, I've got Ponyo. And I know that that's a serious movie and all,
Oh.
but Ponyo, Ponyo, little fishy in the sea.
I have Creep Show.
God,
This
I love
movie,
it.
Crocodile
Dude,
Hunter.
we watched Creepshow.
Collision
like,
Course.
I don't know how long.
The CIA.
And then we thought there was some more on the back.
Dude, that was really
We were
funny.
like, what?
We're like, whoa, there's a whole nother.
No, it was
segment.
just the same side, just
Hey,
flipped.
Yeah.
It was
Creepshow
weird.
was good. I liked it. I enjoyed that. It was
I like
it was fun
horror
to
movies
watch.
like that.
It was pretty stupid.
Oh, it was completely stupid, but it was fun to watch.
I love stupid horror movies.
Tell
Like,
me
I
that you
don't
can say you had fun
get
watching
serious
Lost Jedi.
when I watch scary
I'm not gonna
stuff.
say I had fun watching it. That's what I've been debating this whole time.
It's a better movie.
Crocodile
Creepshow is a
Hunter,
better movie.
Collision Course. I definitely recommend this movie. It's a great movie. Basically, Steve Irwin, my big homie out there, who's living in Australia. Alligator eats a satellite part, and the CIA
Wait, I'm
comes
sorry,
to
I'm
kill
sorry,
What are you
him.
talking
excuse me?
about? What the
What?
fuck are you talking about?
That amazing movie that I
What
was
movie?
doing.
What is it called?
Crocodile Hunter,
Okay,
Collision
you
Course.
were just fucking rambling
No, I
about
wasn't.
something.
He did actually
Watch
say
that.
the name. I got caught
just
up when you
didn't
said
care.
my boy Steve Irwin living over there in
I know.
Australia.
He's on
No,
that.
he's not living.
Well, he
he's
died.
dead. He's very much dead.
Also,
Oh, I know
not
that.
your home.
It was
And
the-
his children are
Trust me,
saints.
that was the
Dog's on
sad state.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
Steve
whoa,
Irwin
whoa.
died.
Art MGK. Fucking.
Yeah.
She's
Don't make him
Way
come back
older
from
now.
the dead to diss you. Okay, so I want to ask you guys something.
Go for it.
Should I be scared?
No. Okay. So some of your least favorite characters that you've ever experienced. You go into a movie and you like a few parts of it, but there's one character that just ruins a movie for you.
Okay.
What is it?
Yes.
Okay. I
Go for it.
want to hear a few of these because I mean obviously we know of Rose in The Last Jedi, and she didn't.
I'm not even gonna say
I don't-
Rose ruined the
No,
movie.
she didn't
ruin
ruin the movie because it was garbage. garbage. But if it would have been a good movie and they had her, still would have ruined it.
Probably could have done something with the character if
Yeah,
it was a good movie.
I didn't
It was just like Finn wasn't a good character.
I didn't
in
like
that
her
movie.
because she didn't have
Like
it.
everyone gives Rose shit for that.
Point.
Like Finn was not. John
There was no
Boyega's character
development.
was terrible.
He was
John-
just in his hormones the whole
I
time.
mean, the only good character that like the development that I actually enjoyed watching was Kylo
and Rey.
maybe
Well,
Luke.
not even Ray, honestly. I
Like,
think
no.
Ray didn't like develop at all.
I didn't like Rey.
Luke didn't develop either. He had just the quickest turnaround. He's like, nah, man, you can go do that all on your own, you know. I'm not training you anymore because you had a bit of a dark side, and I've seen that before. And then
Also,
all of a sudden,
as Luke almost killed his nephew for no fucking reason.
oh yeah, like yeah, that was in character, sure. But
Ryan Johnson had watched one prequel movie and was like, I got this.
so,
It's like, who's that? Who's that? And George Lucas was like, oh, this is Mark. And he was like, oh, what's he do?
dead.
Oh,
Sometimes
he's kind of like the Last Jedi. He's like, that's a great title. I want to use that. Copyright. And then that's how the movie was made.
Yeah, he's like, we need a title for this movie,
And
right?
he had-
And he's like,
How many we got left?
let's
There's
see.
only one? Shoot.
Who are we
Well-
impersonating right here?
Ryan Johnson.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I gave him a southern accent.
I don't know either. I was.
what about the
I just thought it
Last
would be-
Jedi?
I just felt it would be funnier.
Well, there's only one, sir. The Last Jedi. I'm gonna be upset that there isn't an S. Could we add another one? It's really
There's
doesn't
only one.
doesn't make sense.
No, there is only one Jedi. There's a Sith and then
No, it is.
Are we counting Rey as a Jedi? Is she actually a fully
a Jedi. She's
fledged?
not really.
She's as much of a
Technically,
Jedi as
Books.
Luke
She
is.
stole the books.
Technically, she's not a Jedi.
Neither is
Luke.
Luke.
And, you mentioned the books. I hate the books. The books piss me off so much.
AJ
But,
hates
like,
that
it's
books
like
exist.
it's like the whole point of the movie was to be like, oh, heroes aren't the only ones that fight the wars. Like you don't need to depend on heroes to, win everything.
But you
and then
do,
like here
because
comes
then
motherfucking
you
Luke at
wouldn't
the end
have
of the
a movie.
movie, the one that wins the fucking war for the original trilogy, wins the fucking fight,
And
and
why
lets
does
them escape.
You
And
wouldn't have
Rey-
a movie if you didn't have heroes.
Why does she have
Right,
That's how
right,
movies
but I
work.
don't know why they would try and even make that a plot
I
point
don't know.
or convey that message at all if that wasn't true.
Like anyone can be Jedi, just like this little boy over here is twiddling around with this.
Except he can't because he's a slave and we didn't free him.
And it's cool and
Right,
all,
I'm so-
but you gotta have a backstory. I mean, you can't just throw characters in there. Like,
No,
I was watching-
Mary Sue.
Yeah.
I like how they handled Snow. I'll be the first one to
If
say
they
it.
had given him more weight and like he, didn't die like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I saw a thing they were comparing it with like in the original trilogy how Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious, they didn't give them much of a backstory in the
Like this is Apprentice.
the trilogy. They tried to like focus on Finn, Rey, and whatever the main characters and not put much attention on Snoke like they did on Palpatine in the original trilogy. But then when the prequels came out, we got the backstory, and now we're used to the prequels where it wasn't just focused on 3 characters, and we got to see all these characters develop. And then now we come out and we don't know who Snoke is, we don't know where Rey came from.
Who's Darth Maul's backstory again?
I have got no.
He was what planet was he from?
He was from the Sisterhood or the
I mean, he's from like the just like the 2 tribes. It was like the witches and then like the warriors or whatever.
Okay, no, I've got this. I'm gonna solve all of our problems at once. Snoke, a Star Wars story.
Stop.
It's a prequel
We don't
about
need it.
Snoke.
We do not need those. No more Star
Come
Wars
on.
stories.
Hey,
unless
whoa,
they're
whoa,
like.
what are you talking
Rogue
about?
One's
No.
And Solo is
Stop.
good, you
Shut your
haven't
mouth.
seen it.
Shut your mouth.
You haven't seen
No more
Solo.
Star Wars stories unless they're like original shit. Okay, I'm tired of seeing the same fucking
Rogue
characters
One was
over
good.
over again. Yes, Rogue One was good. I'm saying like stuff like Han Solo. Like I'm tired of seeing that.
Have you
thing.
seen that movie?
Yeah. No, you haven't seen
Exactly.
I
I don't think you should.
I don't want to. I know who Han Solo is.
it. No, but it's like an Ocean's 8
I
style
can
movie.
see why they would
Except
come
not
out
Ocean's
with
8. Why did I say
Han
that?
Solo
Ocean's
movie.
11.
Because
He's
he
the
just
only-
died.
Because he's the only character in the original trilogy that we don't know
Yeah.
the background.
I don't want to know 100% of Han Solo's backstory. I want to see him growing up from be a young farm boy on a fucking desert planet to being whatever he was in the original trilogy.
But what if he started out as a hood rat
I
gangster?
don't want to see it. I know Han Solo from the original trilogy. I saw how he died. I was like, was a great send off to a great character in the original trilogy.
Okay, but you
and,
can't.
And then I was like, that's fine.
You can't then say though, I don't want to watch this, so we don't need any more Star Wars stories if they're
Yeah.
not original. That's not fair.
I'm just
because
saying,
a lot of
it's
people
not fair
like
because
this.
some people like him
I want a
care
Darth
about the
Vader.
backstory.
I want a freaking Darth Vader solo film. That'd be freaking cool.
I mean, we know his origin, but like Vader, a Star Wars story, it's just him
It's just
slaughtering
him
people.
killing
You know, what I'm saying is I don't want it's basically the prequels, but essentially wrapped up in one movie. I don't want that.
But it's not though.
But it's not because his character isn't like that developed in the like as developed as these other characters. Like
I don't know, but that doesn't really give me any like. What am I supposed to get out of that then? Because like if it's not for development, it's not like the.
well, you do see how he became who he is now, or who he was in the first.
Was he different in the
movie.
beginning of the movie?
Yes,
I have no
actually.
So he had like
you
just
haven't
a
seen the movie,
complete
and I haven't seen
turning
this
point.
movie, so I don't know.
No, he actually went through a progression. Like he gained a lot in this movie. Like
How long does this movie go over? Like the time?
it's like a 4, 5, 6 year period, something like that.
Okay. Well, that makes it a little bit better because I thought it was just
But
like I thought it was like here's like him in like a couple days, and then that's it.
It's like a
It's like-
heist movie, and it's great. It's so good.
I want to see it.
Like I loved it. I'm not gonna say it was the best movie ever. I
Please
can't
don't.
say that. But it was fun. It was enjoyable. It was a Star Wars movie, and I loved it. And Donald Glover was great, as well as the guy who played young.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this movie at some point just so I can.
Just to shut me up, yes.
Yeah, just to refute you, honestly.
I thought it
Because
was
I
good.
honestly don't think it's gonna be as good as you think it is. It's like a lot like with Cole and how he thought like the Black Panther was gonna be the greatest Marvel movie.
I
of
did
all
not
time.
think it was gonna be the great.
Alright,
He
calm
said
down,
it.
calm
He
down.
said it regularly.
I
He thought he was gonna be the greatest.
I thought it was gonna be.
Not only did he think it was gonna be the greatest Marvel movie ever, he still thinks it is the greatest Marvel movie ever.
Alright, calm
He's
down,
got it
calm
on
down,
show.
calm down.
Okay, the only reason I have the movie up, so I didn't say it was the best. I just said I didn't even say it was gonna be good. I was like, yo, ready for it? I'm ready for it.
It was
Let's do it.
amazing.
Literally,
The trailer.
The trailer was amazing.
Was the best I've ever seen.
he has never been excited about a movie
The trailer
that
was
we
pretty
went to go
awesome.
see ever before.
And
The
seeing
trailer
Civil
killed
War
the movie
and
because the
seeing-
trailer was so amazing, and then you're expecting that trailer to be the whole movie, but then it only ends up being a short little bit of the movie.
No, I'd say it was like the first half of the movie.
Yeah, no, I'd say the
It
first two
literally
acts.
was
the first half of the movie.
The first two
yeah.
acts, I'd say.
Like seeing Black Panther's
I hated the
debut
end.
in Civil War. I
I
was like,
love
that
Black
character.
Panther in
yeah.
Civil War,
I was
and
like,
then
he's awesome.
and then like and then
And
it was
that's
kinda,
why.
and then in Black Panther it was just kind of like roll back to the character development. It's like and then make these random plot points that actually don't make sense. Like his best friend that he's known for like
Wasn't
years
it
or
like?
whatever.
Isn't it basically the plot of Lion King?
It is.
I don't.
People
That's-
keep
is
saying
it?
that. I don't see it.
I don't
I
really
see
see
it.
it a
I
whole
see
lot
it
either.
in-
I kind of like get it a little bit, just
No,
kind of like the
'cause
family
when-
betrayal thing.
When what's his name or whatever like kills him and he goes away and everyone thinks he's dead and then they're all now.
You mean
after-
Simba?
No, I'm talking about in this movie.
Warmonger.
Warmonger,
T'Challa?
that's what his name is. When Warmonger kills T'Challa, or
Kills.
whatever,
They're
kills,
related.
and they're
Yeah,
related,
I
and
always
he's like,
love
I'm
it.
now
That was
king.
one of the most classic, like, I don't know what you call them, like, movie tropes ever. It's just like, it's like we're halfway in the movie and we don't know if the main character died.
Is
I was
it
like, unless I see the main character like actually die, and he's
And
not
then
dead.
I won't even believe it. You saw that part in Infinity
Well,
War
that-
when Tony gets just gutted.
Right, but then it's like when the stakes are that higher, you're like, he might actually.
Holy
be
shit,
dead.
he's dead.
And he's not, and there was like a whole bait and switch, and then
Yeah.
they just killed
Well, this
everyone
one-
else off.
Like if he would have, if we would have known that there were rocks down there, that'd be one thing. No, he fell in the water. Like there was a creek down there.
Yeah.
And what's confusing to me is you know how they climb up the mountain and go to the gorilla guy.
Right, I know where you're going with that.
He fell in the water and carried upstream.
No. The people, the gorilla people found him in the river and carried this sick dying man into the snow. This bare-chested sick dying man.
Right. But
Instead
like
of
even for
going-
that to be possible,
Put
that
him into
means the gorilla
hibernation.
fish or the what are they called the
Watu.
no
The Jabari tribe.
Jabari. There we go. The
I made
Jabari
that
tribe
up.
fishermen.
It is
It's pretty close. If not, sorry if we're racist, but fuck it.
It's not racist. It's
Whatever. We just
Figuring out
announced
tribe.
that.
The
name.
Unduku tribe.
No, stop. And I was like, those fishermen had to go past the pretty much all the other tribes to go fishing to where they would be able to find T'Challa
Well, they
and then
can't-
bring him all the way back.
Well, AJ, you're
Instead-
overlooking
yeah.
a critical point here. They can't fish where they're at. It's all ice. They have to go down here to fish.
Yeah.
Well, they have to.
And all the other
They
ones are
carried them-
peaceful
They had to go
with them.
through the main city, like, or not through it, but around it. Why can't they just go to the main city and be like, oh, here's your key?
I'm just saying, there's like way too many like forced plot points, and I really, really, really enjoyed the first part of the movie. I was like even like, wow, this is actually like really good. I was like, you know, I was kind of like skeptical or whatever, but you know, it was like, and then as soon as I captured Claw, I could see where everything went wrong. You know,
Yeah.
it's
No,
like,
no, no.
And it's like vibranium's God in this universe, so it was like, you literally can't beat it. I was like, that's kind of dumb. It's like, yeah, it's a bead on your hand, and then it's like fix a bullet in your.
And then it's
in your-
also a
And then
supercomputer.
it's like a chip, and you squeeze it, and a hologram pops out. What are those, nanites, or what, I mean, what are they? And then it's like,
Well, yeah, but their nano's made out of vibranium.
and then it's
so
like a
they're better.
computer. It's like an actual computer. You put it on something and control something.
You
I'm
can
just
make
like,
anything a
I'm
remote
just like-
control
I'm just
car
like-
or airplane.
but like, why? Why do you need that kind of stuff? I was like,
It's cool.
it's like, can you really not have the movie without? I mean, like Iron Man did well. I mean, he had like rocket parts in the first movie.
Yeah, but now look at him. Like
Right,
the
but
world
he-
is changing.
But he is built up to that. I was like, we just like go into Black Panther. It's like they just have god machines, really.
Well, I
You
mean,
just can't beat 'em.
but imagine if they were actually with just spears and stuff. It's like, oh, you're not gonna make it here, little one. Oh no.
Yeah, the vibranium like
No,
spears
but, like,
that they were like gonna ship
here-
out to
here's
half
the
the
thing,
continent.
like,
Like, they're gonna
There's
kill
a
them.
there's a Marvel Ultimate animated movie with, and it's like the second one where they go to the.
Ultimate Avengers?
Is it a movie?
Sure.
Where they go to the Black Panther land. They go to Wakanda.
Black Panther land.
Shush, I was trying to remember Wakanda.
Disney World.
And like the Wakandan tribes kick the shit out of the Avengers. Just normal, like, because they have like vibranium traps. They're not like super technologically advanced. They're just like very powerful because they have vibranium in them, and they have like arrows and shit like that. And they use like tribal like stuff. Like they use like jungle traps and poison darts and shit like that. Like they're not all like 100% vibranium based.
Yeah.
It was like way more believable than the people were in actual like the Marvel movie. I just think that's like crazy. It's like you have this anime movie you can do anything with, and it was more realistic than the actual like movie.
I guess they just really wanted to push the point that vibranium is like this.
Right? That like oversells it. It's like what can't they do? It's like even like.
I think that was their point. They're like
I
vibranium
know,
is the
but
most
there's
amazing
that's
thing in
no
the world.
fun
and
though.
why
That's like it's
they're
like
so scared of coming out because the whole world, once they find out about vibranium, is gonna be like,
Well, I mean,
we need vibranium.
well, the last time a white person found their vibranium, he killed a lot of people. I mean, to be fair.
is that racist?
What?
I said, is that racist?
No, that was a plot
I
of the
think
movie.
that was
No, I'm saying, is that like racist of them though?
Oh,
yeah, it's
like
100% racist.
One Caucasian guy like blew up something, so like we hate all
They're worried about colonization.
I mean, that whole movie was for black people.
Oh
Yeah.
no, okay, 100%. I don't even fucking care. You can turn the fucking podcast off right now because I don't give a shit. I want to make a point because the fucking motherfucker warmonger. Okay, first of all, we already have a monger. His name is Ironmonger, and he's Obadiah Stane.
Got taken out like a bitch.
Anyways, and
Look like a
Fucking-
bitch. Fucking beard's weird.
stop. And you're making me forget my point. No, okay. And warmonger's like, okay, do we have all our spies in the major like countries or whatever? And it's like, yeah, oh no, we can only get a hold of the ones in like US, UK, and Russia. I'm just like, okay, wow. And it's like, okay, tell them to initiate the plan. I was like, so
How are they gonna
so
do that?
so is it just like completely convenient that like Japan and Korea and like any like Asian country or Eastern Asian country or any like South American country is just like completely devoid of this plan? Is it just really that racist?
Yeah, it's only the white people. It's white on
Is it-
black violence.
It is
That's
what
what
it is. It's
So,
literally
Like not the
It's
Middle
like-
East at all
like,
either.
I felt.
They
Like,
were
I was
armed.
like, why the fuck would you put this in the movie?
It's weird to think about. He was about to send weapons to black people in America to kill white racist people, and it's like
No, not even just the white racist
No,
people.
just
white
his
people.
whole thing was like, he even says in the line, he's like, we're gonna restart it all, and we're gonna be the ones on top. I was like, oh, cool. So like the refugees, and he's like talking about, and he's like, and then he's like, even like, I got like 8 million people that look just like me. I was like, oh, cool, like refugees, like people who have been like shunned from their own countries, and he's like talking about killing all the white people. I was like, oh no, he's just talking about black people. Holy shit, that completely devoids all the meaning of everything. Like I was so like literally, I watched this movie 4 times in the fucking theaters, and it confused me until the 4th time. Because I just thought I was missing a plot point. Nope. The 4th time I finally put it all together.
His character's just twisted because he thinks.
No. So in the beginning, T'Challa's talking to that one girl. Whatever her name is, his love interest of the fucking movie. It's like, and she's talking about like, we got refugees. Like we're not helping anybody. And it's like we have all this power, but we're not helping refugees or anybody that's in trouble. And I'm just like, that is a great like. So that is like great analogy to like America and like what they could be doing for like other countries and shit. I was like, that was awesome, and I love that point. And then like even like Warmonger, while he's talking, he's like, we got 8 million people like look just like me, like refugees that have been kicked out of their own countries and have like nothing. And then just talking about that stuff, I was like, oh, it's very empowering. That's like really great. And he's like, when we can kill all the white people, I'm just like, no, why?
Well, that's where his character was like.
That's where his
character was supposed to be wrong. Like you're supposed to agree with him and then realize, oh, but
we don't. Why do we have to do that?
Is wrong
because we have Thanos. We have Thanos who's like has this awful plan that kills trillions, like if not more than
that.
But
this kid who grew up in L.A. or whatever doesn't know
Thanos' whole planet died in front of him.
He doesn't know about
he grew up in a place where he's free and he has rights. Ah, dang.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's not like he has some bias against white people because the white people did the inciting incident by killing his father. No, that was a black person.
His uncle, the king of Wakanda, killed his dad.
Yeah, so kill the Wakandans. That would be okay. Yeah, sure.
Right. And like I thought he was like gonna take over Wakanda. He was gonna like change everything. He was gonna like even T'Challa like changed his mind. He's all right, yeah, we're gonna start helping people. We're gonna like spread our powers just a little bit. And I could have told him that before he killed him, but no, I guess we gotta have an end fight scene. And gotta make Warmonger the ultimate villain and have no redemption.
And the thing is that I love T'Challa as a protagonist. They gave him nothing to do throughout this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
He had a very compelling arc throughout Civil War because like that was heart wrenching. Like his dad died. No, he wanted blood. But this time around, it was just like, no, I'd kind of rather like to keep my country in my hands if that's all right with you guys. Oh, you're throwing me off a cliff? Okay. Like that's all he did.
Yeah.
I really like Michael B. Jordan as Warmonger.
He was dope.
Up until the fucking just line where he's like, just talking about killing white people. I was like, what the fuck does this even like? Why do we have to have this?
And things
I was like, I just.
And like in Africa, there's so much violence going on between like black people and like even white people, like forcing black people in submission in Africa. Like in Africa, there's so much conflict that they could help with.
But no, we're gonna go to America. And like when I saw that, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the video you showed me of the reporter like going to the one campus in like South Texas. And like it's like your
abomination.
Your genetics make you an abomination.
Yeah.
And you would think like,
damn.
and it was a white reporter, so you might be like, oh, he's talking about black people. No, it was a fucking article describing how
by a black person.
It was an article describing how being white makes you genetically racist and a horrible person and superior.
But you can't understand that because you're white.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're all assholes. We're all assholes right now because we're talking about it,
And
and we're like offensive right now. And everybody else on the other side of this is like, oh, no, you know how it feels. I was like, why do we have to have anybody that feels like it? Why can't we just all be equal? Why does everyone have to be a fucking piece of shit?
It's like we don't exist in a vacuum. Race does exist. It should be embraced though. If you just talked about it, it would be fine. But no, everybody likes to keep it bottled up until eventually somebody has something to say and it's like, no, you're wrong and I hate you and everybody else needs to hate you too. It's like, no, we're white people. We can talk
I
about race
agree.
issues. That's
Here's
not a
the
bad thing.
Here's the thing. I love other cultures. Like, I think America has one of the lamest cultures ever because we're just like everybody and we have like no
We're just
cultures
such a
basically.
big
Like
melting pot that it always
right. But
goes
we're even
on.
like less than that. We're like so disillusioned because we have every other culture in the world in us. So it's like we don't even have like the strongest.
That's why I
cultures.
love watching Anthony Bourdain, his show.
Right, and I love
Like,
watching
so
that
cool,
stuff.
but
Like,
it's
I
like-
love other cultures,
Oh.
and I wish like we could have some of that here.
Okay, Monday in my freaking geography class, we watched this like documentary video over African Bushmen, and like back in like the 50s and the 60s, they were still hunter gatherers. They went out and they were to travel. They went and they picked their food. They hunted, and they were living like off the land. They didn't pay taxes. They didn't like own cars. They didn't do any of that crap until white people showed up and pretty much made them follow their laws. They gave them money, so they their economies changed from hunter gathering to the white people's economy. And then like it showed the before and then the after of just the moods of the
Colonialism?
people, and like
When was this?
it was like in the 60s, and like the people, instead of sharing their food like they used to,
Mhm.
it went to like, I worked for this, I paid for this, the white people gave this to me, I'm not gonna share it. You know, it's crazy how it affected their culture and how the white people coming in just like.
Well, colonialization is terrible,
Well-
especially with Africa after World War II. It just kind of exploded, and everyone's like, all right, take whatever you want. And then everyone who had any power was like, I'm going to take French. My French people are going to be here.
Like the Berlin Conference, they split up Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like they had no right to that.
Yeah,
And yet
no.
there have been some very great injustices. And yes, it does happen primarily to black people because they were set in places that didn't have a lot of natural resources that were easily available. And I mean, it just like that sucks.
I'm
It
not-
really
I'm
does.
not-
That happens anywhere though. Where
I was gonna
there's-
say I can't
like
wait, we
Native
can't-
Americans, when the Americans
Yeah, we had
restarted
smallpox.
the Western movement and all that too. We were
Okay, black
keep
people can't
punishing them.
complain about freaking oppression with the Native Americans. We wiped them out.
Yeah.
We destroyed them.
And like
Culture.
it was just like I don't know. I mean I'm part like Native American, but I don't give a shit also. And it's like I wish I had more culture. Really. I was like we don't have like any culture.
I love people who
It's
have
just-
like deep culture, like even if it's not in their own. Like I have a friend whose family's from France and like they're like first generation or second generation French people or Americans now, and they're like, oh, it's so cool hearing him talk about like, just we go to France and we just hang out. Like it's so weird, the whole culture and all that.
Like
I love
Lena's-
it. I wish we had that. Like that's the only thing that I'd love to do
Come on
is
now.
travel,
like
my
Lena's
be able to experience
my
that.
dream is to travel the world.
Like Lena's family's from India or whatever, and like I remember her talking about like just like her family meals or whatever, and them just like all being together and like the kind of meals her mom would make or whatever. I was like, that sounds really
The American
awesome.
culture is so diluted anymore. It's like
And I was like, I'm just saying, just like going back to Slick's argument, because
we do have
like I think that too. I mean, it's like that's like
Just
my
think
exact
like-
argument for that kind of stuff. It's like I feel like we shouldn't like hide the goddamn race stuff. I mean, like I feel like it's almost like embarrassing for other people to be like racial.
Yeah.
Like I don't want people to be like scared or whatever.
people
being,
are
like, black.
afraid to offend people is an
But
issue.
it's-
No, I'm saying like I just don't want people to be embarrassed about being like black or Indian or whatever.
No, yeah.
Like, I feel like that's dumb.
Well,
I feel like you
no.
should be very practical
Another
about it.
thing is like, it's so infuriating because not only can you not express an opinion that is bad, and
Because
yes,
you're
that,
white.
and no. What I'm saying is that no one really is allowed necessarily to express a opinion about another race unless you're a minority. Then it's okay. But
Right. I mean,
Apparently.
but what I'm saying is that we not only don't want them to say anything negative, but the moment we try and adopt anything, the moment we try and praise you for what you've done and say, hey, that's cool, we should do that too because that's cool. We can all be happy together. No, you're adopting the culture. You're wrong.
You're trying to appropriate my
Yeah,
culture.
it's like no. Well, yes, but no. Like I'm appropriating it
I
for
mean,
my
just
own
like,
means, but
from
that's
the
not
out-
a bad thing.
overall view, I mean, it's just like
It's called
it's a
identity
better way.
politics.
It's like a better way to do it or whatever.
I mean, but appropriation is not slander on. Like,
No.
like appropriation is just taking something and adapting it to your own way of life. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it the exact same way you do, but it doesn't mean it's not a cool idea.
I mean, that's basically fucking America.
The identity politics thing is where basically you're looking at the world as if it's just black and white. Like, literally, both literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're this group of people, so you have to think this way, and if you say anything differently, then, oh, I don't know if we can accept you in this group, even though you are actually part of this group. You know, it's a messy road that could lead to really bad things, and it's been proven in the past by events
I'm going to be honest
how
right
that
now.
works.
I'm sitting here thinking, I have no idea. Like, if people were to actually watch this, because nobody's going to watch this, but say we actually did have a fan base, say we did have subscribers and stuff like that, what would they think of this? Like, I can only imagine what the comment section would look like.
I mean, I'm
I
not
don't
trying.
care.
I'm
I'm talking with you guys.
Well, yeah,
about
no,
this.
we're
I know.
being true to ourselves, but like, could you imagine a larger YouTuber doing this? They'd be destroyed.
Yeah, but
Well, it depends on what they do. There's quite a few people
I mean,
who I
there are
watch.
always going to be like those kind of comments that just are just negative and whatever. I say negative, they're more like just trying to like be an asshole or whatever, just because we mentioned something that's like sensitive or whatever.
Triggering.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
sensitive.
They're gonna be like,
Fuck
you don't
that.
know where I come from. You've never been in my shoes.
And I haven't.
I'm like,
And
Yeah,
so
you,
I,
wouldn't, you wouldn't
and
allow
I
me
will
if
admit,
I wanted
you
to.
sit next to
Yeah.
me, I'll admit to you, the first thing I'll admit to you, yes, I don't know where you're coming from, but this is my opinion on
It's like
how this works. And
I don't
it's
know how
not-
many people can tell you it's like
Just because
I'm white and I know how it feels.
You
to
don't
be
know
fucking
how
oppressed
I
because I
feel.
went to school with this kid.
What?
Yeah, well, I'd say what?
you don't know how I
oppressed
grew
you?
up.
Not you specifically, but we went to the same school. You should know where I'm coming from.
I don't see the oppression personally. I went to the same school too.
You
guys.
definitely didn't know me back then. You knew me for like the last 2 years of high
Wait,
school.
you felt oppressed?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't know.
No,
Revelation.
Do you
Resident Evil
remember what-
Revelations.
I kind of can
Clay,
see where you're.
you-
Yeah.
It
I
is.
guess that's-
I mean, never mind. You don't. Never mind. I
Awesome.
shouldn't be talking to you about
Oh,
this.
yeah, we're talking about racial oppression.
No, I'm just saying like just everyone just assumes like white people can't go through what I go through or whatever. I'm just like, I mean, if you're like under the right circumstances, you absolutely can.
Well, I mean,
Like,
so the takeaway from that
It's
is
not a race thing.
Yeah,
it's
it,
a
it,
person thing. Everyone will face oppression, even if you're like everyone has a hard time.
I disagree. Not everyone faces
Not the
oppression.
same oppression.
I wouldn't say that I faced any oppression. Why? Because no one oppresses me. Like, not everybody has to be oppressed. Everybody has their own
No.
issues, but that doesn't mean that anybody is looking down on me for something that I am. Like, yeah, if I were to go out of my way to be a dickhead, yeah, people are going to look down on me, but that's not being oppressed. Like, even then.
That's not.
Yeah, I don't think oppression really
No.
exists in the United States today.
I would disagree. I say that there is some
Not the
oppression.
kind of like
Not
oppression.
extreme.
Yeah, okay.
Not that kind of oppression.
Definitely not from my few years on this earth have I seen that much.
Yeah.
And honestly, what I
Genuine
might be
oppression.
saying, more of like not so much oppression, but like just kind of like bullying,
Yeah.
kind of like
I mean,
more in a demeaning way.
There's a lot of white people that are racist and are gonna treat other minorities bad.
Right.
But that can't reflect on every single
White person.
white person, you know?
'Cause that in itself is like just fucking racist.
Well, I mean, you think back to like the movie that we were just talking about.
Black Panther.
Yeah, not all people of one race are the same.
T'Challa.
Killmonger could not have just shipped the
What?
Warmonger, Killmonger. It was Killmonger. I said Warmonger earlier. Killmonger could not have just shipped those weapons out to any old black person. No, he had to send them out to black terrorists specifically. Because if a black person got a gun, most of them are decent people. They're just gonna be like, "What the fuck? What am I supposed to do with this? Like, am I supposed to actually kill white people if that's what you want from me? Like, that's ridiculous."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's such a gross estimation to assume that the whole race is being oppressed. Like, that's obviously not true.
It's funny too because like in the movie itself, it just kind of like even like segregates itself. It's like this is what black people believe, and I'm just like I don't think
But
that, I don't think you're right.
Exactly.
I was like I think you're wrong.
But
there.
that was the interesting part about that character was Killmonger was. You're supposed to look at him like he's got ideas that are probably floating out there, but he's just off. At some point, he got pushed off to thinking that, taking it to the extreme of I need to kill people because of this. You know,
Also,
it's
I-
extremism in the sense of the word.
Also, maybe I just don't understand the final like lines he ever says. Is like, my ancestors or whatever like
They
jumped
from
off
the
the ship because they knew death was better than bondage or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a great line. But,
Hey, it's badass. I will say that. Sorry.
but it's like, most of your ancestors come from like Wakanda. I'm just like, kind of like.
They were literally the least depressed people on the entire earth.
And
Oppressed,
even
not
the-
depressed.
Sorry, probably both.
Well, yeah, I guess.
But they were the least depressed people on the entire earth. You have nothing to say.
I was like,
And where I wonder is how much, because he grew up in America, how much of Wakanda did he actually know? Like, you know, did he actually
I don't know,
think
it
he
was
came
kind of-
from the...
the movie itself was kind of weird. It's just like, because you kind of bring up that point, it kind of makes me think of like, you're right. He didn't grow
He
up in
doesn't
Wakanda.
know
He just
where-
kind of now he's just kind of like coming in like an asshole. He's like, y'all been doing this all wrong, whatever. It's like, I get the like
I think that's a literal quote, but yeah. Go on.
maybe, but he like comes in. He's like, y'all been doing this all wrong and like all this stuff. He's like, I'm gonna take over now and change everything. It was like, but why?
You don't know how they...
But like, why? Well, like, why didn't you just like do this in America? Why does this have to be Wakanda? Because you like grew up in America. You know how that works. I mean, it's just like it was like I don't know.
I mean, he
I
just
almost feel like there was
wouldn't
like
get
this.
anywhere.
I felt like the challenge day in the beginning was like solely for this purpose. So it was really easy to make this plot point of like he can just come in whenever he wants and challenge or whatever. I'm just like,
Like, he's blood.
Okay, so after we got done ripping Star Wars, we talked about a few of the things that were cool, or at least I tried, and I think I got off after the spaceship scene because that thing was awesome. But on this movie, I would like to say that I thought a lot of the stylistic choices were phenomenal. Like the whole car chase sequence, that was dope.
that was in the first half.
I love
Yeah, the
first
weird
That's
car
what
thing
I'm
that
saying.
Sherry was driving, kind of off-putting, but you know what? It was cool. I don't care. Like, Claw with his fold-out Gatling gun or like pulse cannon, whatever. That thing was dope. Killmonger, dope. Like, there were a lot of stylistic choices. The Weeknd playing all his music, that was a killer soundtrack. But the movie fell apart because it tried to be more than it could. Like,
That was
not only
kinda
that,
cool.
but bad CGI.
Wasn't it Lamar? Never mind. It doesn't
Kendrick
matter.
Lamar and The Weeknd, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm just saying like after the Claw thing and after like the whole like philosophical questions or whatever, I was just like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. I was like, if you'd done that, you should have just stuck to your guns and got with the refugee thing, because that's just, like,
It makes sense.
it makes sense. It's just like it doesn't make sense when you have like this all-powerful like kingdom talking about it. And it's just kind of like, yeah, you don't really know what you're talking about. And I was like, you don't have this guy who's been like oppressed or anything. You have this guy who's in like America
One of
for
the
most
least
of his
oppressed
life.
places in the
And
world.
like he
comparatively
what
to
really pissed me off about the
other
character too
places.
was like the most thing that pissed me off the most was he was a fucking war vet. He went to other countries, right? He went to other warring
did he
countries
not
that have
experience
like
people who are
horrible
actually
fucking
being
governments
oppressed?
and like just the most oppressed people that like get killed on a daily basis
just
from
for
the government.
having different ideas.
Right, and I'm just like, how do you even have that kind of character and have that kind of motivation for him? I was like, that just doesn't make any sense at all. But I'm gonna step off of it because
I think he's just crazy. That's the character.
I'm just gonna
be crazy.
I feel like I've been ranting on that a little
So,
bit too.
we swear this isn't an entirely movie-based podcast.
But we just like movies.
Yeah, we love them.
We talked about games in the beginning and
Yeah.
MGK and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just, it was kind of a joke, that's all.
I mean,
But we do like movies, and we will talk about those a lot during the show.
I feel like this show's got a lot of potential for the future. I feel like this we should do more.
probably.
I like it.
This was our first little test at this. I think
No, it
it's-
wasn't. It was our third little test of
Well,
this.
this is our first
Well, this will be
published test
the,
of
be
this.
the first test that we put up, and people.
There is a 30-minute
Three
clip of
people
us
see-
talking about stuff, but
It's basically some of the same stuff,
it's basically this.
but we weren't as excited then.
Yeah, and I think this is better. I think we
Yeah.
kind of figured out our flow, how we can talk.
For this episode,
This episode, hopefully next.
I know the next episode we'll be talking about Justice League, and that'll be fun. So.
Yeah, a little bit more stuff.
Before we're
next week.
ripping that from the
And
plot.
then
Nice.
I'll bring up my Star Wars idea.
Oh yeah, because Colton does the best fan fiction.
Yes.
I wouldn't even call it a
And
fan
it's
fiction.
exactly
It's not
what
fan
it
fiction,
sounds.
okay?
No, it's
It's
exactly
canon.
what it
It's
sounds.
all canon.
It's a canon.
Canon.
It's a canon script.
Fits very well into canon. But
This
I'm
is the
trying
next
to make it
Star
fit.
Wars movie after this.
maybe something
Saga
really
stuff.
awesome will happen in the week or whatever, and like we'll talk about
We'll
that.
talk about
We'll
that.
get maybe we'll get lucky and we'll have stuff to talk about next week.
Maybe
So.
Israel get laid. What?
Probably not, but I think that's it for this podcast.
Yes.
I don't know what we're gonna call it.
Probably Mellow Bros podcast.
No.
Episode
we
1.
tossed around a few names. There was the Mellow Bros podcast,
The Mellow Podcast.
the Fuck It podcast.
I
We can't-
really like the fucking podcast.
Yeah, but we can't post that on YouTube because I think
I mean,
they'll
we
take our
could.
videos
We
down.
just couldn't monetize it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could monetize. I mean, not like we're making money, but
No,
like,
we're not making money right now.
we're a non-profit
We're
organization.
a non-profit
so-
organization.
but say if we built a brand around this, then we'd have to change the name.
Okay, exactly.
Man,
Holiday
you got to think
Fart
about
Podcast.
vertical movement.
And then we can't call it the. I feel like we can't call it the metal. It's hard with the metal thing because everyone's gonna think we're
Yeah, it's
stoners.
gonna-
But it's
Anyways.
fine. It is what it is.
But
We'll figure it out.
probably not.
The Fuck Boys
Probably not
podcast.
by next week, but we'll figure it out at some point, like 2 months from now. But
Yeah.
you know, we'll. I guess that's a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Adios.
Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
Okay.